This could possibly be my favorite episode of Going Back and Catching Up because I got to do exactly that with one of my childhood heroes. He played the $6 Million Man, the Fall Guy, and a host of other things. I'm talking about Lee Majors, and this is our conversation. Hello, this is Dan.
Is this my brother, Dan Austin?
Oh, my gosh.
This is your older brother, Colonel Steve Austin.
Oh, my gosh. Steve Austin, Lee Majors. You don't understand what a thrill this is for me, sir.
Well, it's good to talk to you, my friend. I was a little, I said, wow, Dan Austin, I wonder if he's Ken. You have any bionic parts, Dan?
Not that I know of, but man, I'd love to have one or two, you know?
Well, yeah, they come in handy, but now the government's taking them all back.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. I got you. Well, again, this is a thrill for me. You were a childhood hero of mine. I've got all of the toys, the action figures, the rocket, the lunchbox. I have it all on display at my home right now. It's just a thrill for me to talk to you. So I just wanted to get that out of the way so I can move on and not be a fangirl for the rest of the interview.
Thank you, Dan. Not a problem, my friend. You're running into a lot of those people this coming weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's got to be a thrill for you. I know it's a thrill for people to come and meet you, but it's got to be a thrill for you just to see how many lives you have touched over the course of your career. Whether
if you sit there all day and you're signing and you're talking, it's some of them get very emotional, and of course sometimes I get emotional, but it wears me out by the end of the day.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be taking you through this roller coaster of emotions.
You got that right. Yes, sir. My gosh. I'm in my 61st year now with this business. And this may be my last year of touring with this stuff. I only do a couple a year. And
So what is it like to have your own action figure?
Thank goodness you called it an action figure.
No, I'm not calling.
Big men come up and say, "This is my favorite thing I got when I was a kid. Can you sign my doll?" And I said, no, my friend, look, it's not a doll. It's an action figure.
Yes. My wife always says, she talks about it being a doll. I go, no. It's an action figure.
Now, Lindsay Wagner, you could say that's a doll.
Yes, exactly. And I told Lindsay that my wife had that doll, and then now they're on display together in our home. So
I'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Lindsay and I have kidded about it. We did 3 TV movies.
Yep.
Before we started the series, and then we did the series. Then we did 3 movies after they canceled it, and unbelievably, we did one I remember one in '74 in Toronto, and they were trying to spin off this young actress to be another bionic woman.
Yep.
And it was a 2-hour television movie by the network. And what happened is it didn't go on the air, and they said that the little actress, they didn't think she could carry a series.
Yes. I know where you're going with this, Lee.
Yeah, where am I going?
Sandra Bullock.
Yes, Sandra Bullock was like one of her first roles ever. She was like a little young kid, and I know she did a hell of a good job, and obviously she's a good actress.
Yes.
It wouldn't be working. But,
No.
Networks know everything.
Yeah.
Why would they cancel it and still do 3 more movies?
That's crazy. I'm speaking with Lee Major, childhood hero. He's going to be at Comic-Con this Friday through Sunday. I suggest you get out there. There's a ton of people that are going to be out there, a virtual who's who. I feel like I should be doing this interview in slow motion, Steve, just so I can let it all soon,
I'm about ready to talk in slow motion.
And I just called you.
Birthday in a couple, 3 weeks, April 23rd.
Yes, happy early birthday to you.
I'm going to be 58.
I know that. I didn't even think you were 58.
Yeah, well, I have a thing about turning my numbers around.
And I called you Steve just a second ago without even thinking about it.
Oh, I know. Listen, when people come up, they call me Steve. They call me Cope.
Yeah.
They call me Heath Barkley.
Yes.
And, there's a photo there for each of all those series, and they can pick whichever one they like.
Well, one of the epic battles on the $6 Million Man was you and Bigfoot. Do you have any funny stories, behind-the-scenes stories about?
Well, I do. If you've got time, I'll do a quick one.
Yes, I got all kinds of time.
We were filming a fight scene in the middle of the woods, and it was a hot, sunny day. We set up the fight scene and choreographed it and everything, and then we sat down and waited for them to get it all lit and everything. Then we got into action, and in one of the scenes, one of the pieces, he was supposed to pick me up and throw me, a few feet away, and then do a little flying pounce on top of me.
Yeah.
And, he threw me, but it went about 10 feet.
Oh, jeez.
And, you got 400 pounds coming at you, and I was looking up, and the sun was so bright, and all of a sudden it got really black. And I said, "Oh, the world's coming to an end." I thought I was going to get crushed.
Oh my
and
God!
You know what? I hardly felt him at all. I mean, he was such a professional wrestler, as you know, one of the best in the world.
Yes.
And those guys they know how to do it, and they're really good. But then after in that suit, it was pretty hot also. So
yeah.
Over, and I always made sure I had a little cooler there with beer in it. And he would pull out 1 or 2 or 3 at a time, just slug them down and crush the can. Then we go back and do another little piece, and then we go back and he'd get more beer. I had to send out for more beer throughout the day. But you know what? The amazing thing is I never saw him go to the bathroom all day.
Wow.
But whoever cleans that suit, the wardrobe person, at night, I don't know what they found.
Another story for another time, right?
Yes, sir. We'll go on with that later. Anyway, I also, I am working on my memoir book, and I hope to get it out this coming year. And it's going to be called 6 Million Moments with Paul Guy and interesting people he met along the way. And, there's chapters on most all of the things that I've done. But I've been hunting and pecking on an iPad for about 3 or 4 years because I never learned how to type, and I don't use a computer. I'm not a high-tech guy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well,
if you want to follow me, follow on Instagram, follow The Real Faith Majors. And that's my wife of 29 years now.
Oh, congratulations. I cannot wait to read the book. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I have a funny story for you, Lee. Last October, my wife and daughter and I, we were traveling through Middlesboro, Kentucky.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And I saw the sign that said it was your hometown, and I went, whoa, wait, hang on a second. I got to delve into this a little further. So we found your high school.
Yeah, well, they tore my high school down.
Well, what was the field that was? There was a field that was.
Well, there was a football stadium there. That
okay.
When I was there, it was a chain link fence just around it, and that was it.
Yes.
I built them a wall, and on the front of the wall they put Lee Majors Field.
Yes, that's where.
That was back in the late '60s, I guess, or '70s.
Well, we took a picture. I took a picture in front of it because I said, I got it. We're here. I've got it. When am I going to be here? I have to take this now. So is that the sign of a big fan or a stalker? I got to. I don't know which it is.
No, I don't. No. Listen, I have a lot of huge fans, and I have a lady that follows me almost everywhere from Germany, and
wow,
she's blind, but she still follows me. She knows my voice. She knows. I don't know how. And also on one arm she has the Fall Guy tattoo.
Oh, wow.
And on the other arm, she has my wife and I tattooed on her arm. And she's just a sweet little lady.
That's incredible.
I don't know how she does it. She has somebody that helps her around, and she's just a sweet lady. But that's how far they go.
I can't even imagine. It is so cool, the lives you've touched. Now, we talked about $6 Million Man, which that was my thing, but I also watched you in Fall Guy, which was a great show. Now, here's the question I have for you. This is tough. Which show had the better open? Was it $6 Million Man, or was it you singing?
Well, you know what? The $6 Million Man opening was the most expensive opening of any show ever, and still to this day, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Back in the day, they spent a hell of a lot of money on it. You can see it. But the most fun one that everybody loves is the Fall Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they came to me and said, this is about you. You got to sing the song. And I said, I'm not really a singer, But anyway, I did it, and that's me. You hear singing the opening.
Yes.
And I put all the names in there because they had old names, and I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, that was my favorite show as far as working on it. It was a lot of fun. Still do I did a lot of whatever little stunts I had to do, but 6 Mil was really, really a tough show. Really physically and mentally, and we shot in the most desolate locations, like empty electric companies or factories, and always fighting a bionic something, and then when you're jumping, to land in a scene after you're supposed to be landing from jumping off of a building or something, you get on the ladder and you get high enough that you're above the camera.
Yeah.
And those cameras were about 3 or 4 feet tall. And so I'd have to jump down and land on concrete, but I couldn't. You know, when you do that, even if you do it from 4 feet, 5 feet, you almost sometimes have to go to your hands. You know?
Oh, sure, yeah, just from the impact.
You know, you break the fall with your cushion in your knees and your hands, but then I wasn't allowed to do that. It was like I had to land stiff-legged, like, damn, you know.
That is tough.
Bionic, but that's why I had both my knees done when I was 79.
Talking with Lee Majors. He's at Indiana Comic-Con this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Now,
yeah, let's get off of here. I got to go and pack.
Yeah. Hey, well, another question I had for you, though, was about Fall Guy. I know they're making a movie here that's coming out in May with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt.
May 3rd, I think I heard. May 3rd. Isn't that something?
And you have a cameo in this movie, right?
Look, I have a non-disclosure agreement, and I'm not supposed to talk about anything.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at me now, and you'd see my head going up and down.
But I heard that Blake Shelton is singing the song for the movie in this one. Blake Shelton, the country singer.
Oh, I don't know. I hope he is.
Are you a fan of Blake?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a country music fan, man.
God bless you, sir. God bless. Do you have a favorite?
I'm a faithful, conservative, God-fearing country man, and that's the way I grew up, and going to church and everything else. So couldn't get any better than that.
Lee, it has been an extreme pleasure for myself. As I let you go here, you've done so much over your career. If you could pick just one thing as your most memorable moment or highlight, what would you pick?
Oh, I would be meeting my wife I have now for 29 years.
Her
name is Faith.
Yes.
And I was in a dark hole when I met her, and she took me out of it and been with me for all these years, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. So I keep the faith.
Awesome. Lee.
Other than that, I have really no more experiences as far as, there's a lot of highs and lows of the business, shows you got and shows you didn't get or whatever, but, your life means more important, so.
You will always be Colonel Steve Austin to me. Thank you for a great childhood, and thank you for continuing to do what you do. And maybe or maybe not, I'll see you in the Fall Guy movie here in about 6 weeks, okay?
Yeah, May 3rd.
All right. Lee.
All right. All right, Brother Dan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Take care.